The Doctor Who Alhambra Podcast. Real Doctor Who fans with real Doctor Who opinions.
Hello and welcome to the Doctor Who Alhambra Podcast, episode 314 of the podcast. I am Brett, and this is a solo edition, but emergency edition of the Doctor Who Alhambra Podcast. Yes, there are two podcasts that I have already in the can in post-production right now, but because of time constraints and whatnot, I have not been able to get to them. But I do have a moment to drop this almost day in date of recording, because I do think that it is very important in the world of Doctor Who, in the world of Big Finish, here it goes. All right, so not going to delete that. Anyway, first off, I was very intrigued by something that popped up on my timeline on the Facebook audio group, because I'm still a member of that. No matter how many laugh-a-face emojis I do, still haven't gotten kicked out yet. But according to them, we have dates, gentlemen and ladies, for the Fugative Doctor and the Call Me Master series. According to the group, and I have not checked it on the Big Finish website, but I'm going to go out on a limb that it's there. The Fugative Doctor #1 will be released in January of 2025. The Call Me Master box set is going to be released February of 2025. And I find that this kind of interesting because, again, the slider in which the new episodes or news, when both of these were announced, they were the #1 thing featured on the slider on the main Big Finish webpage. However, as I go through it, the only thing we have is a Gallifrey 1 weekend up to 55% off. Next one, we have Big Finish Podcast, Planet Sabotage. And then we have Happy 60th Birthday, Christopher Eccleston. And then we have, gift cards available, a free audio drama for another postcard from Mr. Colchester. It's almost like they don't want to highlight the news of these things, even though these were the most important things that were available to pre-order months ago. And so as I even go down the news articles in the Big Finish page, currently it does not look like it's there. So I'm curious where this information is regarding the Call Me Master Fugative Doctor, but that is something that is reported on Big Finish audio group. So that's kind of exciting. I will be stepping out of that completely, because even though RTD has said everything counts now, I personally find that dilutes Big Finish canon and continuity. And I'm really struggling to figure out, if I want to actually proceed into New Who and perhaps just cut off my canon and continuity at the end of either, season 5 or season 6. I'm not sure what I want to do regarding the new series. Maybe even just cutting it out all the way up to the season 26 of the classic series. But that is a problem for me to figure out. And because, again, never mind. I'm not going to go into that right now. Something that really, really interests me, and I did see this, Liam did post it on the Big Finish audio group, and that is Dark Gallifrey. The synopsis or tease is when Time Lords go bad, fear the worst, an epic new 24-part, a 24-part full cast audio drama events from the worlds of Doctor Who beginning in April 2024. Okay, so we have Morbius, Samuel West, the War Master, Sir Derek Jacobi. There we go. There's a good use of that. We have Michelle Gomez as Missy and Eric Roberts as that Master. That's kind of good. We have series producer Robert Valentine and whatever. Oh, I'm just going to see what this looks like. Okay, never mind. I just clicked on a hyperlink. Sorry, bad audio. Anyway, So it says Big Finish listeners can pre-order the complete year's worth of Dark Gallifrey stories for each of the 4 years as of the stories that will run. These bundles of pre-orders, the 2 trilogies in each, are available for just £60 or a collector's edition CD plus download, or $50 for download only. Yeah, I'm just going to go download only, especially because, collector's edition, don't do anything special. The complete Gallifrey pre-order, all 8 trilogies, can be collected at that price and that price, whatever. So yeah, it's going to be going from, and I do like this. If you remember from previous podcasts, I decided to step out of the Gallifrey Time War, whatever it's called now, until it is done with the 4 box sets, because they just kept on getting pushed back. And I was going to have to wait 4 years, maybe if I'm lucky. Now we have this Dark Gallifrey, and we have a release, 2 releases per year. So April and September of 2024, and this is going to be going on till 2027, unless, they push it back, probably because they will. But one of the things that I like about this is they are, unlike the War Master, not the War Doctor. The War Doctor they did right with. Unlike Dark Eyes, it seems like they have complete confidence in this series. They're not just doing a 1 box set and crossing their fingers, hoping that it will sell, with the thoughts of doing multiple. They have a 4-year plan, and that gives me immense confidence in this Dark Gallifrey series going forward, something that I actually think I probably would look to pick up. So I think that's quite interesting and exciting too. Also, and this is the thing that I'm really quite interested about, is because it's been brought up on the podcast previously, and I didn't see this through the Big Finish website. I actually saw this through comicbook.com. And it is Doctor Who Into the TARDIS announced. That was something that was teased by I guess, my Google search engine as an article that I might be interested in. And it basically says that this is adventures to new audiences starting in March 2024 with a story featuring David Tennant, Catherine Tate as the Doctor, and Donna Noble. In the weekly Into the TARDIS podcast from Big Finish Productions. The present Doctor Who audio dramas from throughout Big Finish's 25 years of prolonged Doctor Who audio stories in epic format. Big Finish has been putting out blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they said, this is going to be kind of like the serialization of the original series. New episodes coming out with commercials every single Saturday, mimicking the original serialization broadcast. And each episode's going to feature a newly recorded introduction from Colin Baker, who's playing the 6th Doctor in the Doctor Who and continues to do that. And then it says the podcast will also have behind-the-scene interviews and whatnot. So I think this is kind of interesting. I went to the Big Finish main website, and they kind of had similar, discussions. And I think this is quite interesting because now we've discussed this on the previous podcast about, a subscription service or whatnot. And this is Diet Light subscription service, paying $2.99 a month to have access through Apple Podcasts because, I have a subscription. You will be able to listen to these classic Big Finish audios commercial free for $3 a month. Obviously, with commercials, they're going to be getting revenue either through the $2.99 a month from listeners, or they will be getting money through the commercial advertisement that they're selling. So what we once thought of, them doing kind of like a Netflix, Disney Plus subscription where you have access to all of them, this is what they're kind of doing. I think it's a good idea. I think it would be... I'm not sure I'm convinced on the $2.99 a month up front. It's £2.99. Sorry, so probably in America just a tad bit more. But it's a good idea to expose various audiences. Obviously, they are doing the David Tennant, Catherine Tate because of the specials. It's going to be quite interesting to see what audios they choose to focus on. This one is Death and the Queen, which I think is a really fun story written by James Goss in the 10th Doctor Adventure, whatever, the box set that they did a couple of years ago. I think this is from 2016. So it's going to be quite interesting to see which stories that they choose to focus on. And if it's just going to, are they going to do runs? Are they going to start, with Sirens of Time at all? Are they going to do like a run of a specific doctor or whatnot? Because again, when you think of Big Finish, obviously in the early years, you had a lot of, needing to follow storylines, some storylines connected to the other storylines. Oftentimes, even though they were standalone episodes, there were things that would affect another story. And then, of course, you have around the 100 episode mark, or beyond, past the 100 episode mark, you have the trilogies. And then some of the trilogies started tying one to another. So if they're going to do that, they're going to need to, start having some trilogies. I think personally, it would be wise of them to start off by uploading multiple stories instead of just one per week. Like have 10 available, 10 available on the first day in which this is available to be listened to, so that it will entice people to want to do the $2.99 a month. Because again, you are just going to be going on a weekly, you're going to listen to this $2.99 a month or for free with ads going forward. And, that they're trying to get people to come to the Big Finish website to order their stuff that they currently have in stock or available or whatnot. And so I think this is actually kind of an option that I think myself, Liam, and Legion never even thought of at all. And I actually am all for it. I think they should, according to this, it's going to be, I'm surprised that they're not doing anything with Spotify, because Apple Podcasts and Spotify would be the two biggest locations to possibly have subscription tiers. So I'm kind of intrigued by that. But what are your thoughts? Again, this is kind of an emergency podcast, just to kind of discuss some of the news that will get you through until I can post-produce the two that I already have in the can. So again, give me your thoughts. I was going to say like, subscribe, but not a YouTube channel yet. Maybe, possibly, who knows if that's going to happen. But yeah. Also, anybody who's listening, would you be interested in a YouTube channel? Email the show at alhambraaudio@gmail.com. You can tweet the show at Alhambra Podcasts. DMs are open. Would love to hear your thoughts regarding all of the news that I just, vomited out on this, 13-minute podcast or so. And until next time, I will see you in time.
You have been listening to the Doctor Who Alhambra Podcast. Doctor Who is owned and trademarked by the BBC. Doctor Who Alhambra is not affiliated with the BBC or Big Finish. No infringement is intended. Visit our website at alhambrapodcast.weebly.com or email the show at alhambraaudio@gmail.com. Tweet us at Alhambra Podcast. That is ALHAMBRA Podcast. Thank you.